Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And Coach, rough weekend up in Long Island where the Tigers lost a couple of ball games to Hofstra. In the first game, you start out down 8-0, come back, take a halftime lead, but then Hofstra does in the second half exactly what they did at the beginning of the first half and went on a run and then never looked back, and you guys end up losing that ball game. Sunday, you come back and fall behind by 14 points with 16 minutes to go, fight all the way back, get it to a point. I'll say it, questionable call on Zane Martin, where you could have taken the lead and you end up losing by 5. You got to be happy that the guys never gave up when they were down Sunday afternoon by double-digit points.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get the result. I don't think we played as well as we know we're capable of playing. And Hofstra's good. They, picked to win the league. I thought we played really hard. I think our rebound margin in the conference and our overall field goal percentage defense both back that up. We're leading the league in those categories. We've got a couple issues we've got to get cleaned up on. We got to guard the 3-point shot better. We've had some tough ones, Spiro, in our conference losses, right? Lewis goes 9 for 12. The kid Kramer was 1 for 18 on the season from 3. He went 5 for 6 against us on Saturday.
Yeah, and he was also shooting 34% from the foul line and made them all.
Yeah, and sometimes it rains, it pours. And then the kid Coburn tied a record, I guess, for a Hofstra player with 3s in a game on Sunday. And then we haven't shot the ball as well as we're capable of. We have better shooters of that. That'll change. So we've got to get that piece. We got to get that piece figured out. We can do a little bit better job taking care of the ball. But I did like the fight in the group. Tough call with 23 seconds left. You had a chance to steal the game, and it just didn't work out. But we got to have a short-term memory and try to get a little bit better here quickly.
You did get 17 points from Zane in both ball games, and I know he's a better 3-point shooter than he's shown. So that's something that should change over the course of the season.
Yeah, that will change. What I've been happy with him is he was either 5 or 6 assists to 0 turnovers on Sunday. So he's been taking care of the ball and distributing it pretty good, and he's shooting a tremendous percentage in the red zone. Obviously, he's getting to the rim, and I like to think he'd get to the foul line a little bit more. To be quite frank, I'm probably more disappointed with that, some of the whistles. Him and Nick Timberlake need to and will make 3-point shots for us, and then we've got to get Gibson more shots because he's actually, for a guy that hadn't done much for a couple months, has come out shooting the ball pretty good.
Well, the Tigers losing the 2 games to Hofstra, and then now on Wednesday you will take on James Madison, a team that beat you at CQ a couple of weeks ago. Matt Lewis, as you alluded to, just had an unbelievable game, 30 points. And then the other day, they knock off Northeastern, who was 7-0 in the CAA, and Vado Morse went off for 30 points. So those are the 2 guys offensively you've really got to keep your eye on the defensive end. Yeah,
they're good. We couldn't stop Lewis at our place. He was the National Player of the Week after that game. Won the Oscar Robertson Award. I mean, they play at a pretty fast tempo, and they're a potent 3-point shooting team. So we've got to do a good job on that, and still keep them off the foul line. I thought we fought back a bunch of times at our place, and then we just stubbed our toe with some live ball turnovers. So anytime you're on the road, we got to make sure we do a good job taking care of the basketball.
The other thing is you're playing in their new arena. Now, you and I have been to the old arena many, many times, and you won last year, but that was the first time in a long time that the Tigers had won a game at that building. I'm sure you're happy that you're moving into a new building at James Madison.
We lost a couple tight ones in that old building. Wow, it's been good to get up there. It looks like beautiful new facility, and then obviously the conference tournament's going to be there. And this is we're in a stretch of getting a lot of games in. You got to have 13 Division I games in order to qualify for the NCAA tournament. So we've been trying to rush to get these games in, and this one kind of fit. So we want Yeah, you want to play as many as you can while you can.
Right. Then this weekend coming up, William and Mary will come to CQ Arena. And Luke Lowe is a kid. Are you surprised that he has turned out to be the player that he has been? Because as a freshman, he didn't show what he's showing now.
Yeah, he's playing at an all-conference level, really scoring the ball for them. And I've always loved him defensively. He's a guy I voted for the all-defensive team last year. They've got some good young kids. The kid Covington is a really good player, and Kachera is 20-something last week. So Dane's done a good job. That we know they'll be a solid team defensively. They got some veterans like Blair that are back and Harvey. So they'll kind of wait in their turn behind some other guys. And that's a tempo possession type of game. They've proven me a good team defensively. And then when you got a star like Lowe, you try to ride him.
I'm sure you're happy that Nate Knight won't be walking onto the floor at CQ this weekend.
I think I'm not the only coach in the country that had to play against that guy that probably feels that way.
Well, now you've got, game on Wednesday and then games on Saturday and Sunday. Quick turnaround. What does the team do over these next 4 or 5 days besides the games?
Yeah, test negative one. and then so we've got to guard the 3-point shot better. I just think our understanding of personnel and urgency in making sure guys don't have rhythm 3-point shots has to be better. And then we got to continue to shoot the ball with confidence because we've got good players, all while making sure we take care of the ball because, we do lead the league in, or we're tied in 2-point field goal percentage and rebound margin, and we do a good job getting the foul line. So the assist to turnover ratio is important that you can't turn the ball over. And just in case you're not making shots, you got to make sure you're not making threes, you got to be getting extra shots, whether those are at the foul line or on the glass.
How different are your practices now as opposed to a normal year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know so much they're different. When we came back from Connecticut, I felt really disappointed in myself just because we had the whole preseason, 6 weeks of no contact and had no summer, and that's not how we've ever done anything. So we came back like we've had contact, and like I said, I think that's helped us get some of our identity back. I think the thing that's been hard is just the lack of practices we've had because of COVID, plus some other injuries and guys just being out. So it's just, I think it's, I question myself when I have any game that doesn't go well, even ones that do go, like trying to figure out rotations and some quick hitters that will run with different groups of guys on the floor, and just having a bigger sample size of stuff, even through practice, to have a better feel for it. And that's what's been like most bizarre about this season.
Everything's been bizarre. Coach, we appreciate it. We will talk to you next week.